song came across to me yesterday, and I have to say it's interesting the way it all lined up, because yesterday was Easter. Yesterday was one of the most beautiful days we've had in a very long time. The song is called A Little Light by Elton John and Brandy Carlisle. I started zoning in on the words of the song, and I wrote it down, saved it in my phone so that I could come back to it. But it was just funny how everything played out. The sun, I mean, no lie, for us where we are, it was a beautiful day. Could have been a little less windy, but it was beautiful. So I want to see what was coming through when it comes to this situation. It seems very positive. The song goes, "Hello, darling, ain't it a cold gray day? Maybe it's time I hung my boots up on the nail and walk away. What do you say we kill good morning like the liar that it is? Let the imposters jump for glory. Let's just not and say we did." So he's talking about not being bothered by what other people are saying or talking about. So there's a lot of gossip around your name is what I'm getting from that. All right, sunshine, with the papers on your plate, I see the sorrow in the headlines and the worry on your face. I guess it's no fun to have a heart while we are living through these days, but there's still a lot of beauty dancing circles around this place. So there's drama. There's gossip going on. Your name is being brought up. And the sorrow part is not that you care what anybody thinks of you, but it's annoying. It's annoying because you feel it. You feel your name being brought up. You feel that you're being talked about. That's why we're going to get up, point our chin towards the sun, say a little prayer, and count our blessings one by one. Don't hide yourself away. Don't grow hard from what you've heard. You got to break your heart wide open. Let a little light into the world. It's the whole point of pretty much like your destiny. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It then jumps into another song. I think it was Kesha when she talks about, I think it's kind of funny that you're always talking about me. Like you waste your energy talking about me when you are just enjoying the day. You're not allowing the drama or the crap to get to you. And that is your biggest standing ground, because it's not getting to you. You're not falling. You're not crying. You're not allowing it to upset you anymore. But I like how that is said. Don't grow hard from what you've heard. You got to break your heart wide open. Let a little light into the world. Break your heart wide open. Talking about allowing your light to shine. Not breaking your heart because of the things that are upsetting, but break your heart wide open to allow your light to shine. That's what he's saying. It doesn't matter what's being said. It doesn't matter how you're being looked at. Point your chin towards the sun, say a little prayer, and count our blessings one by one. Focus on what is good in your life. And there you go. Focus on the good. Because even though there are situations, people, things, jobs, whatever the case may be that's in your path right now that may be trying to veer you off of that path, which you don't want to. That's the path you want to be on. It's the happy one. You're facing the sunlight. You don't want to walk away from that. You've chosen that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's a good thing. because now you're on a path of internal happiness within yourself, allowing your light to shine into the world. I wish I remember the name. I think it was Blah, Blah, Blah from Kesha, where she says that, where she talks about, you got me feeling kind of special lately because you're always bringing up my name. You're always talking about me. So it's not, and it's not to that extent of like, that's the only thing they talk about. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is that they use their energy, some of their energy, venting about situations or you or how you hold yourself, and they don't like it. But guess what? That's why he's saying, say a little prayer and count our blessings one by one. That is not making or breaking how you live your life. Those people do not contribute to how you live your life. So they have no say in what you decide to do at all. Nobody does. It's your life to live. But they seem to think they do. But this is a beautiful message because it's coming right out and letting you know, be who you are. There's still a lot of beauty dancing circles around this place. Yes, look, done. We're done. We are done carrying the weight of everybody else's problems, of everybody else's situations, of everybody else's concerns. Because again, whether you are linked in some way or not, it still comes down to there was nothing that you did that caused this situation. There's nothing that you did to invoke the situation. So why are you carrying it? Why are you carrying the burden of the worry of how other people are going to see it or how they're going to feel it or what they're going to say when they have no right to? They're going to, but they have no right to, because that's wrong. You don't do that to people. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter the situation. Nobody should ever feel obligated to do something that they don't want to do to please somebody else in a situation. And you're at that point now. That's what this song is saying. Because how he brings up the papers. With the papers on your plate, I see the sorrow in the headlines and the worry on your face. I guess it's no fun to have a heart while we are living through these days, but there's still a lot of beauty. And what does he say before that? Because that also 100% resonates with that whole situation. Like the liar that it is, let the imposters jump for glory. Let's just not and say we did. So you are being made aware of this. You feel it. You don't even have to be there. You can feel it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to physically be there. It's pretty much the universe that has your back and is letting you know, like, hey, just so you're aware, this is what's going on. And it's to, in a sense, remind you, like he's saying, let the imposters jump for glory. Let's just not and say we did. So not allowing it to affect you, not allowing it to bother you, not allowing it to stray how you make decisions in your life. The Fool. This is, the crossroad is over. You've made the step. And you're not tolerating it anymore. It's just not. The thing is you tell yourself this, but you still worry because you're not someone to upset other people. So it does bother you in that sense. You don't want to be that person, but inside it's eating you up. With the Fool, there's a new path coming forward for you. And you're going to have to make a decision, and it's going to be it's going to be, do I follow the same path that I've been going on to put me where I'm at today, where I'm still allowing this stuff to bother me, where I'm feeling some sort of way about it, where I'm allowing people's opinions of how the situation is? Am I going to keep allowing that to affect me? Or am I going to take the unknown new path and I'm going to stand within my ground and put my foot down to then see where that takes me? Because it makes more sense to stand your ground, let it be known, I will not tolerate this. I am not tolerating how this is going to go. I'm not tolerating the fact that it makes me feel this way, and I have to feel like I have to worry about how I'm saying things or how I'm doing things or who I'm with or who I'm not with. It's too much. And honestly, because the world needs a little bit of your light, perhaps that person that you're choosing and being drawn to is the person that allows you to open your heart up, to put your light out there. They help it to become easier for you. So that's why it's just, in a general sense, comfortable around that specific person. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you definitely have a decision that needs to be made as to how you're going to handle this, because if you don't do anything about it, it's just going to stay stagnant, and you're going to continue to stay stagnant within those feelings. And you don't want that. So we need to get out of that situation. Let's see what else. Yeah, you are a person who, we all have our own, issues at hand that we collect and follow through with life and have to learn lessons. But you in particular are, I'm hearing Switzerland. Like you have your own opinions. You voice your opinion. That's the second time I saw this card. You voice your opinion when you feel it be necessary, but for some reason you're holding back on standing up for yourself in this situation. And I don't see it going well for you if you don't stand your ground. So you're having options here of how to do this and whether or not to do it. And it's not going to be a bad thing at all. It's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a good thing, because then you're putting it out there, and this is you and your power. You're putting it out there that I'm not dealing with this. My light shines. I'm allowed to let it shine. I'm allowed to let it shine with who I want it to shine with. Nobody can tell me otherwise. You are definitely in a position right now where you feel as if you're fighting a situation that you shouldn't feel like you have to fight. So, how he says, maybe it's time I hung my boots up on the nail and walk away. You don't want to get to a point where you feel like giving up, or you feel like you can't fully be yourself or embrace what you're doing because somebody might look at it a certain way or be mad because of a certain situation. That's ridiculous. Nobody who cares about you should feel that way. Let's see what else. That one want to come out? I apologize for the sniffling and all that. My allergies are really bad today. What is this? Yeah, 9 of Wands. It's time to just step up, speak your piece. And again, because of who you are, you're not going to come off nasty. Look at how very reserved she is. She's ready. She's picking what she needs to pick, and she's going to go. But there's no animosity. There's no ill feelings from your part. Now, depending on who you're dealing with, they might feel animosity, or they might turn it around and feel like they're being attacked just because you're voicing how you feel. At that point, there's not going to be much communication to be said to change it. You're going to have to decide like what you're going to put your foot down about, and that's it. And you're not dealing with anything else. That's just what it's going to come down to. Yeah, because the world is meant to see you. You are meant to be with people who embrace your light. You are meant to surround yourself with people that you can genuinely be yourself. Look, see? Knight of Cups. You can be yourself. You bring your own cup to the table. You guys all share. Where your spirit feels comfortable when it's with certain people, you are 100% entitled to be around that energy. Because why should you have to surround yourself with people that make you feel uncomfortable within your own space, that do not embrace you for who you are and what you can bring to the table? Let's see, what else? What else, my dear? Listen to that song. It's actually really good. I've never heard that song. So I'm coming along across a lot of songs that I've never heard before. So it's fun. I like learning new songs and hearing new songs. Let's see, what else? See, look. It's all going to be perfectly fine. I know it doesn't feel that way right now, but that's because you are at that crossroads. You are at that point where you have to decide how you're going to handle this. You can't, well, you can stay exactly where you are, but it's not going to fix the feeling. It's not going to make it go away. You're going to continue to face it with every situation revolving around you not standing up for yourself and expressing how you need to deal with it. But it's going to be okay. And the reason it's going to be okay is because you're going to speak your truth. You're going to put it out there. And then you're going to be able to travel and do what you want to do with who you want to do it with, without anybody making you feel a certain way about it. Because no matter what, they're not going to stop complaining or bringing it up, because that's who they are. You, however, all you want is acceptance that when I decide to do this, I don't need anybody's opinion or anybody's judgment based on what I'm doing and who I'm with. That's you. So you don't care at that point, after you put that out there, how they're going to take it, because you already made it clear. I'm going to do what I want with who I want without judgment, plain and simple. And then you can handle the situation like this. It's no longer bothering you. It's no longer affecting you. It'll be your release from this affecting you. And it won't be able to affect you anymore, because now you have put your foot down. You have said what you needed to say. And there's nothing more that you need to say. And look. The Queen of Wands. So you're carrying, you have the Page of Wands first, then the Ten of Wands, of you carrying all this in your mind because of the people. In the Fool, he's carrying a wand. You have the Nine of Wands, and then the Queen of Wands, because you will finally be in control of the situation. You will not have to worry about it affecting you that way. You won't. It will not. It'll almost be like your release, your way of setting your boundaries is what I'm hearing. Setting a boundary. You need to set a boundary, because right now people are abusing that boundary. And it's making you not be able to just enjoy yourself within the moment, allow your light to shine, because you're afraid of somebody else seeing it that's going to have something to say about it. And that shouldn't matter. It does matter to you because of the type of person you are. But you've got to get to that point where you realize if A makes you happy, but they want you to go B, it doesn't matter what they want. It's you. It's for you. It is not for them. Justice. Standing up for yourself. Putting balance within this situation so that you no longer have to feel that way when it comes down to these situations. You have the backup from your spirit team. They're guiding you through this. You're going to handle this in a very mature manner to where they're really not going to have anything to say to your face because of the way you're handling it. And the King of Pentacles comes out right after that. You're going to be able to stand within your power. You're going to be able to present to the table who you are, how you feel about the situation, and what you're not going to tolerate. And you're going to walk away with your head up to the sun, like the song says. Because there's no reason, especially if this is coming from people who supposedly care about you, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And you know that. And they know that. But for some reason, they can't help themselves. So, I don't know. Another Wands. This deck really likes to speak to me from the bottom. Your Three of Wands. It's letting you know. It's gonna, by you doing this, you're gonna shift your timeline a little bit by doing this. And it's gonna fulfill some things for you. Not only that situation, but it's gonna actually open up doors for you that you were not aware of in the moment. But it's going to help you. It's going to help you big time. Definitely. King of Swords. You're going to be able to overcome this battle. You just have to do it. You got to stand up. You got to stand up to them. And just like it says, how does it say it? Because the way he said that was so perfect. I guess it's no fun to have a heart while we are living through these days, but there's still a lot of beauty. I like how that, just the way he says that. Where is it? Point your chin towards the sun, say a little prayer, and count our blessings one by one. Don't hide yourself away. Don't grow hard from what you've heard. You got to break your heart wide open. Let the light into the world. Where is the part that oh, here it is. That keeps resonating. Like the liar that it is. Let the imposters jump for glory. Let's just not and say we did. So regardless of you saying whatever you need to say to protect yourself and your peace, whether they get it or not, it doesn't matter. This is more for you to put it out there, to make them aware that you're not going to tolerate the situation. You're not going to feel a certain way about it, and you're not going to be made to feel a certain way about it. And by you doing that, even if they don't want to hear it, they're really not going to have a choice, because now that's going to play in the back of their mind every time their opinions creep up in their head, thinking that they have a right to voice their opinion on that situation when they don't. How did this come out? Oh, yeah, see? Metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are now different, and they are very much different. Things are very different. And just as much as you have to, not have to, but you're learning that these things are different. You're learning how to adapt to these changes. But certain people are not okay with this change and feel the need that they have a right to step in and play with people's emotions. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. This is all happening for a reason, and regardless of it happening just to one person or to multiple people involved, it doesn't matter. Everybody's connected in some way in this situation, so if it affects one, it's affecting everybody. And it all depends on how you're handling it. But you are very mature about the situation, and you are also very fair and even, but it's not being played fair on your end, like to you from other people. So now it's time. Now it's time to step in and just say, this is where I'm at. This is where I stand. And nobody has a right to voice their opinion on it. To me, to my face, to make me feel some sort of way. You want to voice your opinion on your own? Go right ahead and do so. The Water Oracle. Psychic abilities, acting on visions. It is destined. You've been feeling this way. You've been feeling like, oh my God, why? Oh my God, what do they not get? Oh my God. And no matter how many times you ask it, you're not getting any bit of an answer. Why? Because you're dealing with who you're dealing with. It's kind of like the such is life, it is what it is type situation. The timeline has changed. Some people woke up to it. Others have not. You definitely have. So now you're seeing what you feel is right and what's wrong in situations. But now it's being portrayed to an extent of you being the middleman. You didn't ask for it. You didn't want to be there. But you are the middle person because they are... Now it's a battle of, well, you know, this one talks to this one more, and this one does this, and this one does that. And it's like, oh my God. I think even in this song, it says something like that about people talking. Let me see. I remember it said something. I thought it did somewhere. It says something. It's hard for me to see right now because my eyes are hurting. With the papers on your plate, I see the sorrow in the headlines and the worry on your face. Yeah, you're carrying weight of something that you don't need to carry. And all it's going to take is for you to stand within your power, speak your mind, say what you need to say, and let it be known where you stand in this situation. Why? Because whether they understand it or not, it's gonna make them hold back from actually saying things to you and making you feel a certain way about it. And that's what you need. You need to let them know so that you don't have to feel a certain way about situations. Because by you doing this, it's not going to affect you the way it's affecting you now. It won't. And you're being fully guided to do so because there's no reason for any of it to be put on your plate, like he says in the song, when you have a right to your opinion. And people can be mad all they want because your opinion is not what they want to hear, but that doesn't matter. And not for nothing, but if they don't want to hear it, they shouldn't be asking. But when it comes to you standing up for yourself, definitely do that, because this path that you have to choose whether or not to stand up for yourself, as long as you choose to do that, everything will eventually smooth out and work out. It will. You won't feel that way. And that's the biggest thing. You won't feel that way all the time about this situation. And that's really important to you because it's revolved around people that you care about. So this should be done for your own benefit, but also to set your boundaries with these people that you care about and that care about you, so that they don't overstep their boundaries with you and ruin the relationship, because I could see that going that way if you don't put it out there. And you don't want that, and neither do they. But it will work out. Peace. Love ya.